I'm Ty. This is week 13 of me documenting my progress as a musician and guitarist. Now, if you've been watching the last few weeks, you'll know that this week is a bit different because I spent most of the week moving halfway across the world from the UK to Asia, starting in Bali. As you can imagine, this video is a bit of a shorter one than the previous weeks because, well, like I said, I spent the whole week moving and I've pretty much just got set up, got my bearings, minimalized a lot of things musically, like I only have one small guitar with me now, which I'm going to show you. And yeah, just trying to adjust to work with that. So in terms of what I actually got up to musically this week, which is like the whole point of these videos, I started the week by finishing off some very last minute recording pieces back at home. Now, I didn't film any of it because honestly, I couldn't be bothered. I was very short and tight for time and quite stressed out, and I'm showing you the best of what happens, but there's a lot where, I don't stick a camera on as well. So I did spend Monday and Tuesday doing a lot of that, doing some last minute guitar parts for the songs, and I started to feel the effects of all the recording I did when I was on 2 long-haul flights, one from the UK to Dubai and then Dubai to Bali. I say this because I spent quite a lot of the time, a few hours on the plane, editing and picking the best takes from the recording that I did for some of the songs. In fact, I say some of the songs, I only did one, and that took me, like maybe 3 hours, which says a lot. Now, this is the downside of how I recorded. How I recorded, again, like I've said in previous videos, I wasn't really sure which takes were good and which weren't, which I think is somewhat a symptom of recording on my own rather than having like a producer with me or just recording with people. Doing it all solo, you kind of can't see the wood for the trees sometimes. Combine that with the fact that I was on a clock, on a massive countdown until I just had to leave all my guitars behind. The pressure was on and I thought, well, let's just overcompensate. If I think this is a good take, let's just get another one just to be sure, because if I am left without any good takes, then that's not a good spot to be in because, well, I can't really get any more. That would be too late. I'd already be here. So what that resulted in is me getting sometimes like 10 takes, hugely variable numbers, but let's just say around 10 takes, depending on what guitar part it could be. And then obviously having to go through all of them manually, starting from now, but just in the coming weeks, to pick out the best one, right? And that is a very long process, and a long process because they don't just listen and say, okay, take 3 was definitely the best. You have to listen and then compare and then eliminate and then listen again and all these things. And even sometimes combine takes, which is something that I try not to do, but sometimes it's just what works best. Particularly in long recordings where I was recording the acoustic guitar parts and I recorded whole, like just the song from start to finish, one take and then another take. Some of them end up being stitched together. And hey, I'm working with the constraints and limits I've got in terms of time and just having to work with what I've got. So the progress on the recorded songs continued as I managed to pick out the best takes of the song that I showed last week, which was this one. And I haven't mixed it or mastered it or found someone to mix it or master it yet. Through the next weeks, I'll have to be going through that process for each of the songs before, getting them produced, which I still don't fully know if I'm going to try doing myself or get someone to do. That'll be yet to be seen. But anyway, since I landed in Bali, we did some adjusting. There was jet lag, there was setting up, all these kinds of things. There was me trying to think, should I go outside and record some guitar outside or not? Because I'm in a shared area with a shared pool and lounging area. And I didn't want to just go and just set up and just play and record all the time. But I did get one clip, and what I'm about to show you is me doing a longer improvised solo to one of my favorite backing tracks because I've now done a couple of videos with it. So I have to shout out elevated jam tracks because I just love the stuff that gets put out on the channel. Now this is me playing my new traveler guitar, which is a Donner Hush X Pro. I still haven't really figured out all of the features yet. Maybe I'll show that in a future video. I'm not trying to make this a tech channel, but it's also just the one guitar I'm working with, so I might as well explore it. Might take you along for that ride, but I've certainly played around on it for a couple of hours at this point, and what I'm about to show you is one of the highlights of doing that this week. And here's another one of me doing something similar last night. You can tell I've not got a lot of content for this video because I'm just throwing in all I've got. So that's it for this video. Maybe a little bit more of me actually explaining what I did, given that I didn't record that much of it. Let's see what the next week holds. I honestly don't really know yet because we're going to be moving location again. So who knows whether I'll be outside playing more, inside playing more. Maybe I'll focus more on choosing the right takes. Maybe I'll find a way to showcase that. That's the beauty of this documenting the progress. I don't really know what the next week's going to look like. But if you're even slightly curious about what those ups and downs and adjustments look like when you're moving around a lot, doing some traveling, going through a lot of unpredictable situations in daily and weekly life, but still sticking to the core of getting better as a guitarist and pushing forward as a musician, then hit subscribe and I'll see you on the next one.